On this episode, I give the most compelling reason for you to finally comment. This is GaryVee, Nerd Chuck, and this is episode 180 of the Ask Gary Vee Show. Geez, we've not been putting these out at any kind of regular pace, and it's kind of pissing me off. And I'm sure it's pissing you all off as well. I'm sorry about that. It has been busy with VaynerMedia and Book World and Daily V. We kind of made a commitment a couple weeks ago, D-Rock and I, of 2 Daily V's and 2 AskGaryVees per week is kind of what we're aspiring to do. It feels super unnatural. We God, we've done hardly any shows, India. I don't even, I almost called you Africa because I don't even remember your name. You know, I don't even know who you are anymore, India. I don't know who you are. Guys, and all of you who love the show, I want to give you huge daps. Thanks for being patient. I'm super excited about doing the show today. I'm here tomorrow. I don't see it in my calendar. Not in my calendar, right? I think I may try to sneak one in tomorrow too, because I just need it. And thank you for everybody that's been supporting the book. This would be a great time to buy the book if you haven't yet. I really need it. And if you don't know about Super 8, let's link that up in right here. And let's also link that up on Facebook and YouTube. Copy Super 8 big event, February 23rd, 10 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Right in, oh no, are we doing it at the court? No, we're gonna do it here, right? Here. We're gonna do it right here. A telethon, buy 8 books, lottery ticket, come to New York, see me, spend an hour with me. India, let's, see, I don't even know how to do this anymore. We're
off our game.
Let's
get into
the show. I'm fired up today, I got good energy.
You are.
I'm excited. Facebook Live, what's up?
Okay, this will be good.
All right, let's go.
Okay, it's first one, I practiced saying this because it's a Welsh
go ahead.
word. I think it's Sanerch, but I'm not sure.
Sanerch?
Sanerch, yeah.
Okay, Sanerch. Okay.
Trefnant Golf asks, no new Twitter users registered between October and Christmas last year. Thoughts?
It's not no new Twitter users, it's a net loss.
Well, thoughts on that?
Bad. I think we're working on a very big Twitter piece.
Yes.
When is that gonna be done?
Tomorrow, Monday morning at the latest,
we
will use this answer.
Oh, we will use this answer. Okay, interesting. It's very meta up in here in 180. You know, I think, look, I mean, I've been on this kick for a while. You'll see on tomorrow afternoon, most likely Monday, because I know how these guys roll. We put together a very big piece like we did with Snapchat. Thank you for everybody who's shared that. Actually, link that up. If you haven't read the manifesto for Snapchat, it was incredible. Great work by the team. We've got one coming out for Twitter. We want to do these big signature pieces, kind of front cover stories more for the blog and for you guys. Also, big shout out to everybody. So many people emailing me thankful for the new VIP video only content. We've finally figured out how to make my email service much more valuable to people, and I'm killing it. D-Rock. I feel like 7 years of angst to deliver on these videos. That's why it's going so well. So if you're not signed up for the newsletter, that's another right hook. Actually, let's just title this 180 right hook. Books, VIP emails, sign up for everything. Facebook, if you're watching, sign up for my YouTube. Subscribe. YouTube, sign up for Facebook. Look, Twitter's struggling. People don't understand it. It's losing attention. Instagram and Snapchat emerged as major attention grabbers within mobile devices. And I think of all, give me this phone, I think of all of my, this is what I think about. I think this is the television and that TV is the radio and it's 1965. That's what I think. I think this is the television, 1965, and TV is the radio. There's a lot of people that still think the radio in 1965 was the place to advertise and spend your time and energy. I don't believe that to be true anymore. I think this is the #1 device, and I think that YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat are ABC, NBC, and CBS. That's what I think is happening with Twitter. Think of Twitter as MTV. 10 years ago, it was there, and think about me, Gary Vee, being one of the hit shows, Remote Control. I'm going very old. Sorry, I'm fucking old. Jersey Shore. Think of me, Gary Vee, on Twitter as I'm Jersey Shore, Twitter's MTV, this is the television. What I think has happened to Twitter is that Snapchat and Instagram have now become ESPN, have now become the hot network. And so that's what I think is happening to everybody right this second on Twitter. The reason it's not growing is because that network is not growing on the television. And I'm excited though, because much like how networks got turned around, the way that CBS went from 4th place to 1st place was they brought in new executives who did better job programming. And so Jack Dorsey's now in place. He'll be making a lot of changes. And if those changes work, Twitter can rise, but we've not seen it in tech. MySpace wasn't able to rejuvenate itself, right? We saw it a little bit with Facebook. There was a lull for a second with Facebook, and then they made a lot of good tweaks, and it like just completely became the establishment. I am so intrigued by seeing what's gonna happen, but I think Twitter is dealing with what they're dealing with. My ultimate thoughts are, it's getting what it deserved. They didn't ideate the product for a long period of time, and they're paying the price.
Little Ocean Drop asks, how can I use a diploma and years of experience if they are in a field I don't currently want to work in?
LOD, there's a lot of things you can do. You can use your career and your diploma as a proxy to people and show them that you're able to accomplish things that you have set your goals out to do, while acknowledging that you are now shifting those goals in your life. The truth is, nobody's gonna penalize you for making a shift into a new arena. You just have to convince that decision maker that all the skills and drive and talent that you deployed there are gonna be acceptable in this new world. You know, let's just say, for example, that you made your entire career living in the wine business as a merchant and then decided that you wanted to run one of Madison Avenue's most premier digital shops. That would take some convincing. And you do that by convincing, and then you do it by doing. And so, much like many people have had different careers and they've gone from, much like, you know what, you're like The Rock. The Rock was a successful wrestler, but we didn't think he was gonna be a superstar movie actor until he did it. So in the beginning, he had to convince decision makers, directors, producers, agents, the market, that he was capable, and then you get your at-bats. Marky Mark is now one of the great successful entrepreneur people. His name is Mark Wahlberg. He's a superstar. He's a businessman. We didn't think Marky Mark was gonna cross over. Justin Timberlake was in a boy band with some curly ass hair. We didn't think he'd be one of the great musicians of our generation, or some didn't. So I would say that it's very easy. You just have to think about this. I think it's gonna be quite easy for you to convince somebody to give you a job or give you money for your startup. I think the next part's way more interesting. Can you actually do it? Because everything's built against that. Just because you want to go into something else doesn't mean you'll be successful. So if you feel confident and assured that you can do it, don't worry about convincing everybody. Just convince somebody, because then you're on the record. You just have to convince one person that you can make videos, and then you're on the record. And then either you make them and they're good, or you make them and they're shit. That might be a good piece, India.
I was just about to say I'm gonna make
Convincing one person.
I like the segue into, hey, I did that.
I did.
Guess what?
You didn't see me going with that, right? Because it's such like in the background, right? Like you just know it's like, that was why it was a fun recall. It's not like a lot of people didn't think I was gonna use myself as a proxy because it's now accepted that I did it. But at the time, when I made the switch, people were very cynical. They're like, hey, Twitter boy, running an agency against all these real agencies, Wyden Kennedy and OMD. These are real companies. These are billion-dollar Madison Avenue Mad Men companies. And I was like, fuck those companies. And either I was gonna be too egotistical and a flop and full of shit, or I was gonna be what I am. A beast.
Like the idea of a high school that's all like entrepreneurs and like ad men being like, Twitter boy, like pushing.
I mean, that's what it was. It's like, hey, Twitter boy. I think Business Week even wrote like, hey, Twitter boy.
It's from Click Gear Clothing.
Let's do it, Click Gear.
Hey, what's up, Gary? Michael Anthony here. I'm the creator of Click Gear Clothing, and I have a question for you. Over the course of the last year, I've spent all my efforts trying to grow a community of photographers around my brand. But I realize in order to take it to the next level, I have to find a partner or an investor. But the problem is I have this defensive wall up about asking for help. It's just not the way I was raised. My question is, how do you get past that, man? How do you take down that wall and say, hey, you know what? I need help, and then reach out to people? I really appreciate your thoughts on this. Thank you so much.
That was so well done. Let's have more of that. You know, we haven't done this right hook in a while. Ask questions. There's so many of you that are not asking. I love when people tweet like, this is my 8th time getting on the show. You're right, because you're a beast also, and you just keep asking, yet the 98% of you have never asked a question once. Use the hashtag on the comments in YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, because fuck it, I'll give you every option to get your questions in. I'd like to get some new people in here. Also, I like what we did with Snapchat. Send me some questions, and I'll hand you my phone tomorrow, and you'll just go through some of the video questions, and maybe we'll download them or what have you. Oh, actually, that's right. Ask your question on Snapchat to me directly, then download it, because you can, and then tweet it. I'd like to get some more Snapchat visuals in the show, since we're hot on it.
In the article.
And you can learn how to download in our article. My man, first and foremost, I'm kind of bored by this question, and let me tell you why. You just let your guard down. You are scared to ask, and I get it, because I also don't like asking for help, so I really connected with you, by the way, in the black and white. It was just a great video. You just did. You just put yourself out there to 100,000 people. You just owned it. So you're good. Really, you're good. You've now put yourself out there. My comment to you is go into YouTube and Facebook right now and leave a comment so the other homies of this community can find you to say what you're missing. Is it the financial part? Is it the organizational part? Like, why don't you come and be like, yo, that's me, because I don't know your name, because it's just, do you know his name?
I don't know his name.
Got it. So, but everybody will know who you are. Like, and just be like, here are the 6 things I want. Guys, the dirty little secret about the AskGaryVee show and DailyVee is if you become part of the community, you will win. Let me explain. Watching each of you biz dev with each other in my comment section, this silent majority that watch the show, and yeah, I'm trying to bring you out lurkers today. The silent majority of you are making a huge mistake. Just commenting and saying first time commenter in this episode, like what you've been doing, or answer the question of the day that I come up with, or what have you, will put you in the ecosystem for other people saying, hey, because there's a couple of extroverts out there. So to you, my man, directly, I really need you to like list what your shortcomings are. I have a funny feeling 15 people are gonna respond and say they've got those strengths, and you might find your partner right in my comment section. And for the rest of you, get in this community.
Serena asks, you travel so much. What are your tricks and tips for overcoming jet lag?
I don't have a trick. I don't know what's happening. It's called enormously lucky DNA. I think my brain can outwill a lot of things. I think when I get going, I don't know. I've just got it like that. I've got a lot of natural energy. I showed up on some people's podcasts over the last couple of days, and a lot of people leave comments like, this guy's on drugs. So I'm super high energy. I get it. It's so crazy. I've never even smoked a cigarette. Like, you know, like, so like, it's crazy how lucky I am with my natural adrenaline. What?
It is crazy. It's crazy. Just like being around you, it's real. Like you're on the show or like on DailyVee.
Right, and it's real and it's long. It's real, sustained for 18 hours a day, every month, every year. Yeah, Mike was even saying to me, I did the red eye and I landed, and then we worked out yesterday, and I had the best workout I've ever had. Like my energy, he was just literally like, how the f do you never crash?
Australia.
We're super behind, Matt.
Last one.
We're okay? I get it. When do I have to leave? Okay, cool. All right, we'll wrap up soon. James, you're here for the all hands on, right? Why don't I do, because I'm not, yeah, exactly. I can do it with him then. I don't want to hold him up. Awesome. All right.
Last one from Caleb.
Caleb, oh, this kid.
Yeah.
Hey Gary, Caleb Maddox here, and my question is, if the next 30 seconds of the Ask Gary Vee show was broadcasted to all 7 billion people on this planet, what would you say? Thank you so much for answering my question. By the way, I'm pumped up to be speaking with you in Sydney, Australia. It's going to be off the charts.
The charts! The charts! Caleb, what would I say? That's a really good question. If I had an at-bat, now Caleb, this is something you don't know. I once, 4.5 years ago, explored and was willing to put up my own money for a Super Bowl commercial. And in the commercial, it was gonna say, so I guess this is, I probably already answered this. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, actually before Vayner, 6 years ago, about 6 years ago, I tried to buy a Super Bowl commercial for $2 million, my own personal money, like pretty much my liquid at the time. And I was gonna make a commercial that says, hey America, it's me, Gary. And I really want to be your friend. And I'm not kidding. I basically want to know you. I'm into wine, I'm into business, I need to know you. Here's my handle, it's Twitter @GaryVee. And I'm gonna be sitting right now answering all of you, every one of you. So that's what I would probably do. I would probably replicate, and by the way, the end of the story was I had the money for that, but for all you media buyers, you knew this, I didn't know it at the time. If you try to buy the Super Bowl, Fox or CBS or NBC makes you buy another $20 million worth of commercials around the year to even get access to pay $2 million. That I didn't have. and so Caleb and everybody else, what I would do is I would just create a context point to let America know that I'm a listener for all the energy. You know, it's funny, I got a lot of feedback by showing up on a bunch of podcasts the last couple of days and by asking how did you first, I've been asking a lot, how did you first feel about me? The truth is, I don't make a good impression with most people at first because I curse and because I have ego. What they don't know is that I equally have humility, that I equally am not a snake oil salesman, that I'm equally a tremendously good dude. So there's a very ironic thing with me. I'm not as big as I could be, followers, selling books, impact on the world, because of the way I come out the gate with that energy, with that competition love, with that bravado. And I know that, yet I don't change because I think authenticity will always win. I'd rather, the amount of people that said they came around to me in the comments section, I don't know if you guys read the Facebook on this or the Instagram, like, I first didn't like you, but then I kept hearing about you. I watched the second video, a third, now I watch the AskGaryVee show, I really got to know you. That's what AskGaryVee's been big for me. You've gotten to know me a lot better with this and DailyVee. And so, so that's what I would do, Caleb. I would just try to establish that I'm a listener and I'd say, hey, what do you want to talk about? I'm here to answer questions. So that's what I would do. That's it?
That's it.
Great. I'm gonna throw Caleb's question at you because good job, 14-year-old hustler. That's a good question. What would you do if you had all of America's attention for 30 seconds during a Super Bowl spot? You keep asking questions, I'll keep answering them.